Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Gopijana Vallabha Girivaradhari Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jayam Vishnupad Paramhamsa Parivrajagacharya Ashtota Satashishi Machila Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda Ki Jai. Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to Shri Shri Guru Gauranga Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Shri Shri Jagannath Dasa Subhadra Maharani Ki Jai. Shri Shri Gauranitai Ki Jai. Hare Krishna. So today His Holiness Atmanivena Swami was scheduled to give class, but he is not available, and I've spontaneously agreed to try to facilitate this Srimad Bhagavatam class, and with your cooperation I think we should be able to churn out some nectar from Srila Prabhupada's purports, and perhaps we can also learn a little bit about Akshaya Tritiya. I don't know if anybody knows so much about this, but today is Akshaya Tritiya. It's considered a relatively quite an auspicious day in the year. We'll talk about it later after the Bhagavatam class. And Srila Prabhupada said that he wanted his disciples to be able to give a talk on the spot. so that's why I agreed to this, to take this challenge. So we'll read from Srimad Bhagavatam Canto 4, Chapter 22, text number... Sorry, Chapter 30... Sorry, Chapter 31, text number 3. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
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 Narayanam Namaskrityam Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasan Tadochaya Mudirayet Nasta Prayeshu Patreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtaki. Tanirchita prana mano vacho trisho.
Tanirchita prana mano vacho trisho.
Chitta sanan shanta samana vigrahan.
Chitta sanan shanta samana vigrahan.
Pare mala pramani cho Pare male brahmani yo chitatmana.
Pare male brahmani yo chitatmana.
Sura suretyo tatrishe sma narada.
Sura suretyo tatrishe sma narada.
Tanirchita prana mano vacho trisho.
Tanirchita prana mano vacho trisho.
Chitta sanan shanta samana vigrahan.
Chitta sanan shanta samana vigrahan.
Pare male brahmani yochitatmana.
Pare male brahmani yochitatmana.
Sura suretyo tadrishe sma narada.
Sura suretyo tadrishe sma narada. Tanirchita prana mano vacho drisho.
Tanirchita prana mano vacho drisho.
Chitasanan shanta samana vigraha.
Chitasanan shanta samana vigraha.
Pare male brahmani yochitatmana.
Pare pare brahmani yochitatmana.
Sura suretyo tadrishe sma narada.
Sura suretyo tadrishe samana.
Tanirjita pranamano vacho drisho.
Tanirchita brahmano vacho drisho.
Jitasanan shanta samana vigraha. Jitasanan shanta samana vigraha. Pare male brahmani yojitatmana. Pare male brahmani yojitatmana. Sura suretyo dadrishe sma narada. Sura suretyo dadrishe sma narada.
Tanirchita prana mano vacho drisho.
Tanirchita prana mano vacho drisho.
Chita saran shanta samana vigraham.
Jitasanan shanta samana vigrahan.
Pare male brahmani yochitatmanaha.
Pare male brahmani yochitatmana.
Sura suretyo datishe sma narada.
Sura suretyo dadrishe sma narada. Tanirchita prana mano vacho drisho.
Chitasanan shanta samana vigraham.
Jitasanan shanta samana vigrahan.
Pare male brahmani yochitatmana.
Sura suretyo dadrishe sma narada.
Ladies.
Tanirjita prana mano vacho drisho.
Tanirchita prana mano vacho drisho.
Jitasanan shanta samana vigraha.
Chitasanan shanta samana vigraha.
Pare male brahmani yochitatmana.
Pare male brahmani yochitatmana.
Sura suretyo dadrishe sma narada.
Sura suretyo dadrishe sma narada.
One more. Word-to-word translation. Tan, all of them.
All of them.
Nirchita,
Nirchita,
completely controlled.
completely controlled.
Prana,
Prana,
the life air.
the life air.
By the pranayam process.
Pranayama process.
Mana,
Mana,
mind.
mind.
Vacha,
Vacha,
words.
words.
Drisha,
Drisha,
and vision.
and vision.
Chitta asanam,
Chitasanam,
who conquered the yogic asana
who conquered the yogic asana,
or sitting posture.
or sitting posture.
Shanta,
Shanta,
pacified.
pacified.
Samana,
Samana,
straight.
straight.
Vigrahan,
Vigraha,
whose bodies.
whose bodies.
Pare,
Pare,
transcendental.
transcendental.
Amale,
Amale,
free from all material contamination.
free from all material contamination.
Brahmani,
Brahmani,
in the supreme.
in the supreme.
Yochita,
Yochita,
engaged.
engaged.
Atmana,
Atmana,
whose minds.
whose minds.
Sura asura idyaha,
Sura Sura Ityaha,
worshipped by the demons and by the demigods.
worshipped by the demons and by demigods.
Tatrishe, so, Sma, in the past,
in the past,
Naradaha,
Narada,
the great sage Narada.
the great sage Narada.
Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Jai.
Translation. After practicing the yoga asana for mystic yoga, the Prachetas managed to control their life air, mind, words, and external vision. Thus, by the pranayama process, they were completely relieved of material attachment. By remaining perpendicular, they could concentrate their minds on the uppermost Brahman. While they were practicing this pranayama, the great sage Narada, who is worshipped both by demons and by demigods, came to see them. Purport. In this verse, the words Pare Amale are significant. The realization of Brahman is explained in Srimad Bhagavatam. The absolute truth is realized in three phases: impersonal effulgence, Brahman, localized Paramatma, and the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan. In his prayers, Lord Shiva concentrated upon the personal features of Parabrahman, described in personal terms as Snigta Pravrit Kana Shamam. Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 4, Chapter 24, 45. Following the instructions of Lord Shiva, the Prachetas also concentrated their minds on the Shamasundar form of the Supreme Brahman. Although impersonal Brahman, Paramatma, Paramatma Brahman, and Brahman as the Supreme Person are all on the same transcendental platform. The personal feature of the Supreme Brahman is the ultimate goal and last word in transcendence. The great sage Narada travels everywhere. He goes to the demons and the demigods and is equally respected. He is consequently described herein as Surasurendriya, worshipped by both demons and demigods. For Narada Muni, the door of every house is open. Although there is perpetual animosity between the demons and demigods, Narada Muni is welcomed everywhere. Narada is considered one of the demigods, of course, and the word Devarishi means the saintly person among the demigods. But not even the demons envy Narada Muni. Therefore, he is equally worshipped both by demons and by demigods. A perfect Vaishnava's position should be just like Narada Muni's, completely independent and unbiased. Om Jnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitan Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Gadamayam Dadati Swavatantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Uttavata Kamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sakrachatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Satvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dina Bandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gourangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpatarubhyascha Kripa Sindhubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. All the translation again. All the Prachetas began to address the great sage Narada. O great sage, O Brahmana, we hope you met with no disturbances while coming here. It is due to our great fortune that we are now able to see you. By the traveling of the sun, people are relieved from the fear of darkness of night. A fear brought about by thieves and rogues. Similarly, your traveling is like the sun's, for you drive away all kind of fear. Narada Muni is the sage among the demigods, Srila Prabhupada explains. And demigods in general are considered to have many good qualities. They're most pious. But a sage is a little bit different. So Brahmanas are considered to be the devas or the demigods amongst human society, and a sage or a muni, like a sage like Narada Muni or a rishi, is topmost Brahmana, actually. And Narada Muni appears throughout Srimad Bhagavatam many times. And we can discuss some of these pastimes where he appears to see what these qualities are that Srila Prabhupada is talking about. He's saying that a perfect Vaishnava's position should be just like Narada Muni's, completely independent and unbiased, in the sense that a Vaishnava is not a politician. Vaishnava doesn't take sides. And he doesn't have any enemies. So whether somebody is a demon or a devotee, or somebody is a pious person or an impious person, a Vaishnava does not have any envy, and therefore nobody feels threatened by a pure Vaishnava. And some examples where Narada Muni, we have examples where Narada Muni appeared to the hunter. There was a hunter in the forest who was killing the animals. It's a famous story. And by the presence of Narada Muni, this hunter transformed into a Vaishnava, and he became vegetarian. Then we have the story where Narada Muni appeared on the wedding day of Vasudeva and Devaki, and he was speaking to Kamsa. It was actually a voice from the sky, but that was Narada Muni, as far as I know. Was it? No, was that true? Okay, so that was later. So Narada Muni came to Kamsa later and reminded him that the 8th child of Vasudeva and Devaki will be the cause of your death, but you don't know which is the 8th child. It could be, depends where you count from. Because maybe if you count from the other, like yesterday we were trying to put up these letters, and they're all numbered, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And then we started to put them in and realized that it doesn't match. Some of them don't match. Maybe we have to count from the other side. So
6 and 9. 6 and 9, if you change it.
Yes, so could be. So Narada Muni was saying that you don't understand the logic of the demigods or the Supreme Personality of Godhead. He can turn everything upside down. So this is an example where Narada Muni was giving advice to a demon. And Kamsa accepted this advice. He didn't say, "Oh, you're coming from the demigods, you must be a trickster." No, he accepted the advice because Narada Muni is neutral person, like the stigma of Swiss people, but he is actually neutral, and I don't think that this applies. There's spiritual neutrality and there's material neutrality. An example of this we have from a Brahmana who was famous for being very truthful. Truthfulness is considered a very great virtue and is considered the last leg of religion in Kali Yuga. And this Brahmana, he was living very simply in the forest, and he never spoke a lie. So then one day a group of dacoits came. They were chasing somebody, innocent person, and this person came and was running past the house, and then the dacoits came and they asked, "Where did he go?" And considering his attachment to truthfulness, he told the dacoits where to go. So this is an example how somebody who may have all the virtues but is not using them in the proper manner is actually it's wrong. So, but for Narada Muni, it's always for the highest benefit of the person, whatever he does. Even if it seems that he is encouraging Kamsa to commit violence, but it's actually for the highest benefit of others. Perhaps we can ask if you would like to mention some of the stories where Narada Muni appeared and was giving advice, or was how he was received by demons and demigods or Vaishnavas. Do you remember any instances?
You want to hear a demon story, I guess.
Demons is always good.
The story with Prahlad when they taking the mother, and then I think Narada
The story with
Prahlad Maharaj, think not the mother is pregnant.
yes, Hiranyakashipu, the father of Prahlad, exactly. There was a big war, and the demons took the wife of Hiranyakashipu, who was, I forgot.
Yeah. She went to an ashram.
Yeah. And then he was speaking Bhagavatam to her.
Yes, but before this, the
Indra.
demigods wanted to kill the child in her womb. They kidnapped the mother because they thought this child is the son of a demon, must be a demon, and it's material logic. But Narada Muni had a transcendental vision, and he knew that it's not true, because he was actually he had instigated the whole thing that Prahlad would take birth and would become the son. There's this story where Narada was, I think he changed his form into a bird, and he was chanting the name of Narayan in the ear of Hiranyakashipu. And that's how his mind was polluted by Krishna consciousness, and he got a Krishna conscious son. And there is this story, of course, the story where Narada Muni was, in the beginning of the Srimad Bhagavatam is explained that Narada Muni was the guru of Vyasadeva. And Vyasadeva is, of course, a Vaishnava, but he compiled the Vedas, which are mostly karma kanda, mostly materialistic, actually, focusing on material things. And Narada Muni chastised him. He said, you should write a book that only speaks about bhakti, only speaks about the Supreme Personality of Godhead.
Narada Muni also inspired demons, when demons and demigods, they mixed ocean.
Yes.
He inspired
Yes.
demons to take head of Vasuki, but not the head.
Yes. Yes, because Narada understands the logic of the demons, and they appreciate it when he said, you should, you're right, we should take the head. No, we should take the head. The tail is not auspicious. Tail of the snake is not auspicious, it's backside, But the head of the snake was actually spitting fire and burnt the demons. So, Narada Muni is there's also a story where Narada is the brother of Shiva, is that right? Yes, he's the son of Brahma, and beside the four Kumaras, he also refused to get involved in family life. He's a Naishtika brahmachari. And there is a story where Mahaprasad, somebody got Mahaprasad from, I think Narada Muni went to see Lord Narayan, and he was busy with something. So Lakshmi Devi came, and then she asked, what can I give you? I have to offer some gifts, because you came to visit us. And he said, I would like to have some Mahaprasad from Narayan. She said, no, it's not possible. Narayan said, I should not give this to anyone. But then she was thinking, I have to fulfill his desire. So she told Narada Muni, okay, I'll give you very little bit, but don't tell anyone. So she gave him some Mahaprasad, and Narada Muni started to go into ecstatic trance, and he started to dance throughout the universe. And then he came to Lord Shiva. It's a long story. He came to Lord Brahma, I think also. Lord Brahma, his father. And Brahma so what happened? And then he said, I got this Mahaprasad. So he took some. And then he also became ecstatic. And then eventually they came to Lord Shiva. And Lord Shiva, he said, I also want some of this Mahaprasad. Because usually the demigods, they don't have this privilege. They have... Mahaprasad is such a thing that if somebody is on a very purified consciousness, like the demigods, they become dysfunctional, because it's such a transcendental thing, the Mahaprasad. For us, the effect is slightly more subdued, because we are more conditioned. And then Lord Shiva, he is in charge of the mode of ignorance, mode of destruction, and he has this special dance that he does at the end of a cycle where he destroys the universe. And because he took some Mahaprasad from underneath the fingernail of Narada, he became so he got into a trance state, and he started to do this dance of destruction. And the whole universe started to shake and started to fall apart. And then I believe Lord Narayan started to figure out, hey, something is wrong here. And he came to the scene, and then anyway, it was a little bit embarrassing. But yeah. But there are many more stories of Narada Muni. But let's, if there's any questions on this verse, otherwise we'll talk a little bit about Akshaya Tritiya.
Demigods, can I add something?
Yes, please.
Demigods compare Narada Muni with sun, because it's one of quality of Krishna. Krishna Surya Sama. He like sun. And spiritual master, he is also like sun, because he have knowledge. This knowledge, it's all this material world in darkness, situated in darkness, and just only by Shastra it's possible to see the truth of this material world. And that's why we say Om Agyana Timirandasya. We stay in ignorance and we pray to our spiritual master, because he have this light of knowledge. And similarly, they pray to Narada Muni, because he have knowledge of devotional service, and it's show for us how we need to pray for spiritual master and accept knowledge from him. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Yes, this is actually the main point of this purport, which I didn't mention. Spiritual master is like the sun. Yeah. Removes all the darkness of ignorance. Any other points? Jagannath Baldev Subhadra Maharani ki jai, Shishi Gaura Nitai ki jai.
And another, Narada Muni don't have enemies, and but we see Prahlad Maharaj, he have a very big enemy. So maybe for him, he don't accept anybody like enemy, but he have big problem. And Srila Prabhupada sometimes he say, if you really start preaching, it can be dangerous. For example, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he say, if you preach pure devotional service in non-civilized countries, it can short your life, like Jesus Christ. He preached, and by his preaching, people kill him. Yeah, so it's if we preach truth, we have a lot of enemies.
Okay.
You can read they are comparing Narada Muni with the sun. But in this verse,
Not-
read about in the purport. Yeah. And but in verse 5, they actually it's the verse where they compare it with the sun. Rave.
All the Prachetas began to address the great sage Narada. O great sage Brahmanas, O Brahmana, we hope you met with no disturbance. Oh wait, did I read the wrong verse?
No. Prabhupada just refers to this.
It's very funny. Nobody noticed when I read the translation again. I actually read a different translation.
You read
I actually read 5. Nobody noticed. I tested you. Yeah, the verse was actually, after practicing the yoga asana for mystic yoga, the Prachetas managed to control their life air, mind, words, and external vision. Thus, by the pranayama process, they were completely relieved of material attachment. By remaining perpendicular, they could concentrate their minds on the uppermost Brahman. While they were practicing this pranayama, the great sage Narada, who is worshipped both by demons and by demigods, came to see them. Yes, that was actually from a different verse. That's why I didn't mention. Sorry.
But you see, the funny thing, Prabhupada speaks about it in the purport you read, and then you read the verse where it speaks about Narada Muni like the sun.
But where is it mentioned?
Here, I just have it in German. You have to five in the later part.
In verse 3, purport. Purport of the verse 3. Yes, but we're reading verse 3 now. So. Hast du nicht gesagt, es ist in purport?
Just maybe read 5.
Hast du nicht gesagt, es ist in purport for text 3?
Yes.
Okay.
And I was just making the comment that what he said is the Prachetas actually pray to Narada and they use the sun as they compare him to the sun.
Yeah,
That's what
okay.
I just commented.
Thank you.
Welcome.
And then one point also which we all know is the 3 different aspects are mentioned here. Brahman, Paramatma and Bhagavan. And all of them are considered on the spiritual platform. So this is a special thing that we don't find in the material world. There's only bad things, there's good things, and then there's all kinds of shades. But in the spiritual realm, everything is perfect. But then there's more perfect, and more perfect, and the most perfect, or most pure. So these Brahman, Bhagavan, and Paramatma, they're all part of the Supreme Person. Actually, it's just different features. And Bhagavan is the highest. So, Grantara Srimad Bhagavatam Ki Jai. Now we read a little bit something about Akshaya Tritiya. This day actually marks the first day of Chandan Yatra, which goes on for 21 days, and is elaborately celebrated in Mayapur and other temples in India, where they cover the deities in Chandan, sandalwood pulp, to cool their body, because now is the hottest time of the year in India. So I'll read a little bit something from ISKCON Desire Tree. It's an article on this topic in line of Srila Prabhupada's teachings. Chandan Yatra starts on this day, which is celebrated as well as the day on which Treta Yuga began. Barely one of the main ingredients of Homa, which is the Yagya Dharma of Treta Yuga, the Yuga Dharma of Treta Yuga, was also created on this day. Ganga Devi also descended to the earth on this day. Many common people have special puja on this day. One should bathe in a sacred river, give charity, perform japa, and offer barley in the sacrifice, and offer barley preparations to the deity. Akshaya Tritiya day is very auspicious day. There is no inauspiciousness to be found today, so even checking the muhurtas is considered unnecessary for performing some yagyas or ceremonies. So auspicious it is. Whatever one does for devotees or for Krishna, that person will get more benefit, and it is eternal benefit and never lost. He said one story of a Brahmana. I don't know who he is. There was a Brahmana who had a very good wife and was poor. Whatever little money he got would be spent somehow. Also, he did not have children. So under the strong request of his wife, he went to Vasishtha Muni to know the reason for his suffering. Vasishtha Muni told him that in his previous life he was very rich and also had many children. But he was very stingy, geizig. He was not even spending for his own children. This is the reason for his being poor. Also without children. Then that Brahmana asked Vasishtha Muni why he got a good wife. So the Muni replied that somehow, with some reason, he observed that the Vrata of Vaishakha month for the last 5 days. Vrata of the Vaishakha month. So he got a good wife and also a Brahmana birth. Then the Muni advised him to follow at least the last 7 days left of Vaishakha month with devotion to Lord Krishna. So there are different vratas throughout the year. We know the Kartik Vrata, and then there's Katyayani Vrata is also popular, which is found in Krishna's pastimes, where the gopis were observing this fast to get Krishna as their husband. And then there's other vratas like this one here in the Vaishakha month. Since that Brahmana observed the vrata of Vaishakha month for that at least 7 days, he got sons, he became rich, ultimately he got love of Godhead and went back to the spiritual world. It is important to hear such a story as this, so that at least by hearing this, we engage ourselves in the service of Guru and Vaishnavas and Krishna, thus becoming inspired to always render service to devotees is always the beneficiary. The devotee is always the beneficiary of such interaction with the Vaishnavas, one's Guru and Lord Sri Krishna. Okay. We also hear that many times in the Bhagavatam and other scriptures, at the end of a chapter, it often says that by hearing this pastime, you get, this certain benefit. You will never be bitten by a snake, or you will get pure love of God. So there's always some blessing given that if you hear this, and also with the stories of Ekadashi from the Mahabharata, it says that simply by hearing this, you get the same benefit as observing the Ekadashi Vrat. So then one may ask, why should one observe the Vrata? And I haven't seen an exact explanation, but from my experience that there is a slight difference. Because when you actually go through the motion of doing something, like said that somebody who appreciates the Sankirtan movement, he gets the same benefit as doing the Sankirtan. So, but if you actually do the Sankirtan, there's more blessing. Same but different. Akshaya Tritiya, the third day in the bright fortnight, so when the moon is rising, the moon is becoming bigger, of the Vaishakha month, is the day of the incarnation of Lord Vishnu as... Oh, this is actually an appearance of a Vishnu Tattva. Does anybody know? Yes, Lord Parashuram. The icon is decorated, the deity is decorated with an axe to depict him in a heroic pose. Parashuram is... he destroyed all the Kshatriya kings for 21 generations, I believe. And many said that many of these Kshatriyas, they fled to Europe, different countries in Europe. So some of us may be descendants of the fallen Kshatriya kings. So Akshaya Tritiya also coincides with the anniversary of the passing of Sri Vijayadvaj Tirtha. He is the 6th something in the lineage of Sri. Okay, this is from this is something from Gaudiya Mata. On the Pandavas' return to Hastinapur, they resided in the place created for them by the demon Mayadanava. Mayasura built a palace out of gratitude to Krishna for saving him in the forest fire, in the Khandava forest, where he was hiding from Agni when Agni devoured it. He also presented Bhima with a magnificent fighting club. After the Rajasuya sacrifice was performed, Duryodhana, being always envious of the Pandavas, came to the mansion created by Mayadanava's illusions. Bewildered by illusions for many kinds, Duryodhana mistook the solid floor of water and lifted the end of his garment to walk forward on what he thought was shallow water, but it was solid floor. And after a few more steps, he fell into the into waste the water, mistaking it for solid floor. I assume this all happened on this day. Yes, no? Well, okay. I haven't prepared on this, so please forgive me for this little bit randomness. But so yes, Narada Muni, we should try to take example of Narada Muni and try to be friends with everyone and give them the advice that is beneficial for them. And also we should try to take shelter of a spiritual master who is like the sun and destroys all illusion. We should take shelter of the supreme aspect of Brahman, which is the personality of Krishna, supreme person of Krishna. And we want to try to take advantage of this Akshaya Tritiya day, which is very auspicious. So whatever activities we perform, there will be more success and more spiritual merits. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Akshaya Tritiya ki jai, Shri Parashuram Bhagavan ki jai. Jai Nitya Gaur Premanand.
Rishikesh.
What's wrong?
Prasad, he doesn't want prasad. I forcefully put him the prasad.
Haribo! Hare Krishna, what's happening young man?
Rishikesh.
Rishikesh. Hare Krishna.
కూర్చోవచ్చు. ఇవాళ అక్షయ తృతీయ ఎంతసేపు ఏమన్నాడు తెలుసా, మామూలుగా అంటే రోజు రోజు పెళ్లి జరగాలి, రోజు బర్త్డే పార్టీ చేయాలి అంటే ముహూర్తం చూసి చేస్తారంట. ఇవాళ అసలు అలా లేదంట. ఎందుకని ఎవ్రీ సెకండ్ ఇస్ ఆస్పిషియస్ అంట. చూసావా? ద ఓన్లీ డే విచ్ వీ కెనాట్ సీ ముహూర్తం. ముహూర్తం గంగాదేవి గవర్నమెంట్ రోజు, పరశురాముడు గవర్నమెంట్ రోజు, ఇంకా 4 చెప్పల పరశురాము పాండవాస్కి అక్షయ తృతీయ పాత్ర వచ్చింది. వాళ్ళు చాలా 10 థింగ్స్ జరిగింది, బోర్డు థింగ్స్ జరిగింది వాళ్ళ. అసలు నేను మీకు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేస్తాను. పరశురాము గురించి మాట్లాడుకున్నా కొంచెంసేపు, ప్లస్ ఇవాళ జరిగిన 10 థింగ్స్ గురించి చెప్తా. ఇంటికి
అట్లా ఉండాలి, జగన్నాథ్ అట్లా ఉండాలి.
చూసావా? తెలుసా నీకు? దే ఆర్ రెస్పాండింగ్ టు us. అయ్యో నీకు అసలు చెప్పినా అసలు నిజంగా వావ్, అది కదిలిందంటే అది ఊరికే కదలదు. అట్లా నీకు చెప్తే నాకు బాగుంది కదా అసలు. వికీ వికీ ఇక్కడ రామరాక్షస స్తోత్రం చేయి. మన పక్షి ఉంటుంది కదా, దాన్ని ఇస్తారా? రామరక్ష స్తోత్రం చేయాలి. ఆదిత్యుడికి ఏం చేయాలి? ఏమో రామరక్ష స్తోత్రం చేసి ఆదిత్య అట్లా వెళ్ళకూడదు. చెప్తాను. ఏమో రెండమ్మా, రామకృష్ణ స్తోత్రం ఆదిత్య హృదయం అందరం కలిసి చేద్దారండి. రండి కూర్చోండి.
నేను పెడతా.
ఏమో నువ్వు కూడా రాకమ్మా. ఇక్కడ 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 కూర్చోండి.
వైశ్యం పాడినట్టు పెట్టా.
అవును, రాజేష్ రాఘవేంద్ర వైశ్యం పైన దాన్ని నచ్చిన రామకృష్ణ స్తోత్రం అండ్
మమ్మీ అస్సలు రాదు, 1% ఉంది.
ఇవ్వ డాడీ ఉంది కదా, దాన్ని
చూడలేదు.
కూర్చున్నాడు మరి పెట్టుకోవచ్చు. వాచ్ చేసి నేను అది నీకు ఇచ్చా. చూసుకో చూసుకో, మిస్ అయిపోతుంది. దీనికి వాచ్ చేద్దాం.
కూర్చోయి
మరి ఆడుకున్నాడు ఎక్కడ పడేసి ఒకసారి ఉందాము. Try to find out.
నేను మళ్ళీ ఫస్ట్ నుంచి పెట్టాను.
తప్పు మాట్లాడకూడదు. ఏమన్నా సరిగ్గా కూర్చోండి, దండం పెట్టుకోండి, పెట్టచ్చు. ఫోకస్ అసలు టాక్ చేయొద్దు చిన్నగా. నువ్వు కూడా పెట్టి 1.2 పెట్టాను.
ఇది ఎనర్జీ
నేను మేబీ ఎప్పుడో బిట్ట Mm-hmm.